What's up, guys? Jay Thornton 64, March 27th, 2015. It's a beautiful day here in Louisiana, and been kind of on a prepping roll lately with the podcast, talking about prepping and whatnot. But for the younger folks that might not quite remember it, or they might remember 9/11, but don't really quite remember the reality of 9/11. I'm not talking about planes hitting the buildings or Building 7 falling. I'm talking about the reality. The buildings fell. How did it affect us? For the ones who remember it, how did it affect us? I remember I was like in my late 20s when it happened, late 20s. I was definitely an adult, or I wasn't awake, I would say that. But the reality, pulling into a gas station that day and 10 and 15 deep at a gas pump, you wasn't getting no gas. If you did, you was gonna have to wait on it. But most of the gas pumps went dry around here. Grocery stores were flooded. Wasn't no bread to be found. A lot of things you think you would need was not to be found. That was during 9/11. What actually got me to making videos was kind of a similar situation. Back, if y'all remember, about 2 years ago or so, maybe a little longer. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But when the EBT card system went down, I know I made a video on it when I first started making videos, but I've met a lot of new people and got a whole lot more subs since then, and y'all might not have seen it. But if you get a chance, go back through my videos and go to the EBT card shutdown. I forgot what I named it. But that was a in-your-face reality for me. And that was just from the food stamp cards going down. It wasn't a false flag. It wasn't a building crashing. It was a glitch. So-called glitch. And I seen it on the news that night. And I was waking up at that point. I guess I was still laying in the bed, kind of stretching at that point. And I seen it on the news, and I seen it on Facebook. But for whatever reason, I didn't go the next morning to go look. I went the next morning to go get something. I don't remember what I was going to get. And it was pretty crazy. It was jaw-dropping. It was like walking into a set of a movie in reality. Everybody, wasn't a buggy to be found. Actually, when I was getting out of my truck to walk into Walmart that day, there was an older lady. She said, "You might want this buggy. There ain't no buggies." And I was like, "What in the world? Ain't no buggies." When you first walked in the door and you kind of went to the one side to go to the grocery part, aisle after aisle after aisle, buggies were lined up nose to tail, full of food. And it was kind of gross. It was, beef and chicken and anything else you could think of that would run out and drip all over everything and get on the floor. It was like that. I managed to get out of there that day with a couple of cases of water, and that was really about all. Water was basically all I could get. What food, there wasn't no meat on the counter, on the shelves. Zero meat on the shelves. And what meat there was in the cart, dripping on top of everything else, running down the cart onto the floor. That's been there from the night before, stinking. It was pretty bad. But that was sure enough my wake-up call to say, "Hey guys, it's time to protect myself. It's time to put back for me and mine, because situation like that happened." And like I said, that was just a glitch. Nobody got hurt. Nothing foul happened. And just think about that, folks. I know most people watch my videos, they're awake to what's going on, but what are you doing for you and yours if something bad does happen? We look at all these hoaxes, but one day that hoax is going to show back up home in America, or home for me. And if it does, the stores are going to shut down like they did. And who says, excuse me, who knows what this false flag or actual real occurrence may actually bring? Will it be a false flag? Will it actually be a real event? It doesn't matter on what's going to happen. The people are going to go to the stores and they're going to grab everything they can grab. And if you're one of the lucky ones, you're going to sit back on your couch and you'll have plenty of stuff and you'll never have to worry about it. That's a pretty comforting feeling. Also, during the hurricanes, Rita and Katrina, stores happened the same way again. They bombarded them, took everything they had, and pretty much left the stores dry. Luckily, back then, my mom was still living, and she was a prepper, just didn't really realize she was a prepper. Or she probably wouldn't have called it that, but she was just like to have a good stock in her pantry. So we didn't have to worry about it then. But we all know crap's happening. You got the deal going on in, what, 6 or 7 states on the west coast from Texas to California. Which luckily that's east of me, or west of me. And hopefully, if something was to happen, we wouldn't be affected. But anyway, are you prepared for something to happen? We see the plane crash in France. We've seen plane crashes all over the globe, it seems like. Here in my area, a story was ran on the news talking about ISIS had a couple people picked out here at the Air Force Base around me. So everybody's on high alert, scared of the boogeyman for ISIS. Which I kind of laugh at it, but some people just don't know the difference. Anyway, just a little update. I plan on getting my stuff together where I could start doing live shows. And whenever I do get to the point of being able to do my own live shows, I'll probably be doing them under the Zilla radio channel. If there's a possible way I can run 24 hours with it, guys, I'm going to try to. Just leave an open link and go with it. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Are you prepared for something to happen? Springtime's here. All your local farmers and produce growers are growing. Go support them people around your local community. It's better food, and you're helping out your fellow community, you know. Just try to do the right thing, folks. J Thorn 64, I'm out.